Galang Maranbu, Wiran Vera Ninha No Mabanbu, Daga Ni Iani Nangira Yiradigu, Yindi Maragu Biyang Ninha, Mandanbu. Good day everyone, my name is Tori. I'm a Wiradjuri girl from Young. My respect to the Wiradjuri elders, past and present, traditional custodians of this land, where we are meeting upon today. My respect to all people present. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome Hilltops Council Mayor Brian Ingram, who will now say a few words.
Thank you for that. I also would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we stand on today, the Wiradjuri people, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. And welcome one and all to the Landing Flat Chinese Festival, which is now in its 5th year. And indeed it is a celebration of Young's and the wider Hilltop region's connection with China and the Chinese migration to Australia. In the mid-1980s, during the gold rush period, the Chinese came to this area and the surrounding districts. Regrettably, they were not made welcome by some, and the Landing Flat riots of 1861 against the Chinese miners are a sad part of Australian history, and we acknowledge that. We're now happy to say that our community now welcomes thousands of Chinese people and visitors from all over the world to our district. The Chinese have been an integral part of the community in Young for over 150 years. The purpose of this festival is to celebrate the wonderful contribution and to pay tribute to the Chinese people in the development of modern, dynamic Australia. Australia has benefited enormously from Chinese immigration, and the purpose of this festival is to showcase and share this, and to show the world how much we value their contribution to our nation. The enhancement of the Chinese heritage in the Hilltops region is a priority for Council. Both the Landing Flat Chinese Tribute Garden and the Murrumburra Chinese Cemetery are two visible sites which demonstrate the Chinese heritage in the Hilltops region. Chinese tourism is growing in Australia at a great rate, and the region's Chinese heritage is not only of great interest to Chinese people living in Australia, but also Chinese people around the world. So we look to our future relationship with China as one of great optimism. We can become a place where Chinese and Australian people can reflect and learn about the ongoing and ensuring China-Australian relationship. Just before I finish up, I'd like to make mention that the festival is a recipient of a state government grant from the Multicultural New South Wales Harmony Celebration Grant Fund. Council would also like to acknowledge our other sponsors, Visit Canberra and the Gold Trails Reenactment Group. Also, I'd like to pay my thanks to the Southern Tableland Arts, Susan Conroy and Gazelle Newbury. Southern Tableland Arts have partnered with Council to bring lantern workshops to local schools. Over 1,000 local children have made their lanterns, and some of them will be on display tonight at the first Lantern Parade, which starts at the Visitor Centre at 7:30 and will make its way down to Boorowa Street and part onto the nighttime Lion and Dragon Dancing Spectacular at 8 p.m. I also would like to pass my thanks on to all the Council staff who have worked extremely hard to bring this event together and to undertake all the duties that had to be done this morning to get it all organised. Staff, thank you very much for a job well done again. Also, a special thanks to the staff in the tourist section of our council, David Newbury, Mel, and all their crew. The immense amount of work goes into bringing something like this together, and it's appreciated by all. So once again, welcome everyone, and I truly hope you enjoy your Hilltops experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Brian Ingram. I would now like to welcome the Minister from the Chinese Embassy to say a few words.
Thank you. Okay, I'm glad to be invited to join the festival here. And this town is not quite strange to me. And since I was posted 2015, I came here no, more than twice a year. So I will continue this tradition. And first of all, We know, and also there's not quite a few Chinese living in Yangtown, but I can see a lot of Chinese element here. So I like the Chinese food, Chinese dancing, Chinese costume here. So when I came to Australia, I get the notice of the one word, digger. And so I know that that's referred to Australian soldiers. But I also, when I came here, I know another word, gold digger. That means a lot to the Chinese. I know in the last century, 19th centuries, there's a lot of Chinese to take overseas down here to make the gold digger. Most of them make a very good contributions to the country, even before the Commonwealth was established formally. And however, some of them was treated unequally. And as the mayor just mentioned, we had experience, infamous past and experience. But here I would like to comment the Council of Hilltop and also the city of Young to correctly review the history and acknowledge the wrongdoings, and also make some memorable things like this Chinese festival and also the museum. Early this morning, I took place participating a ceremony in memory of Mr. George Mohong, who is a Chinese overcome here and was died in 1955 at the age of 105. So that reminds me of what our president, she just lately mentioned during our National Congress. He just said the Chinese people that believe that however high the mountain is, if you keep climbing, you will come to the summit. And however long the journey is, if you keep walking, you will certainly arrive at your destination. So that's the enshrine of what Mr. George Mohong and also the Chinese spirit. So the Chinese people is a great people of spirit of creation, hardworking, unity, and the dreams. We have long been follows a principle since ancient times that there is no such thing as sitting idly and enjoying all the benefits. Happiness comes out of arduous works. So since 1949, since the People's Republic was founded, so we have achieved basically from the scratch to the number 2 biggest economy of the world. Last year, we have reached almost 100 trillion Australian dollars for the GDP. So we are quite confident, and we are much more closer and more capable than ever before we're making the goals of national rejuvenation as a reality. This year is the year of dog. So in our tradition, dog is a friend of human, very loyal, reliable, communicative, and also responsive. And very happily, the best companion to dog is rabbit. So I just add one more thing to today's Chinese festival is the Easter is coming. So the rabbit is coming. So I'd like to join with my colleagues and with my friend to both celebrate the Chinese festival, but also to stay the balance of the coming Easter days. And finally, I bring a gift to the city and to the council. And I hope, and on behalf of Ambassador Chang Yongye and also the embassy, and we would like to present a gift to the city and to the whole people of the city. So as Mayor and I discussed, these 2 costumes will display at this council.
Mayor, all right? This is for the women.
I'd like to present a gift to our visitors on behalf of Hilltops Council and indeed our whole community, and thank them for the time they've been over. They've had a long day today, been over here, and I hope you enjoyed our hospitality, and we look forward to having ongoing relationships with sister cities in China, and enjoying our relationship with the Chinese. That will be a two-way street that will be fruitful for both parties, and I'm pretty sure if we all put enough effort into it, we can achieve that end. So thank you.
I would like to welcome Mayor Brian Ingram and the Minister from the Chinese Embassy to cut the ribbon to officially open the 2018 Lambing Flat Chinese Festival. I would like to take a moment to thank our supporters and sponsors. So Multicultural New South Wales, which Mayor Brian Ingram just mentioned, Visit Canberra, the Gold Trails Reenactment Group, which you just heard a salute. I would also like to remind you that there will be 2 other salutes in the program. There will be one at 5:20, just to give you a bit of an alarm bell there, and 7:20. I would also like to thank our supporters, the Young Society of Artists, Young District Multicultural Association, Young and District Family History Group, Young Historical Society, 2YYY, Young District Arts Council, and Southern Tablelands Arts. We have lanterns over here. If anyone has missed out on a lantern workshop by Southern Tablelands Arts in the last 2 weeks, we've been going to the schools. We've done over 1,000 lanterns, as Mayor Brian Ingram mentioned. I'll just give you a run through of the program. If you haven't seen a program, there will be programs placed around on the stalls. They look like this, and that will give you a program of events for today. Next up at 4:30, as we clock that, is our lion dancers. They're coming back, and they're going to start here and make their way into the blocked off area there. At 5:30 will be Future Faces. At 6:30 we will introduce our guest nation, the Filipino performers. And at 7:30 will be our first Lantern Parade, Sunset Parade. If you are participating, anyone is participating in that Sunset Lantern Parade, I would encourage everyone to get to the Visitor Centre or the railway station at 7 o'clock so that you get a light and a stick to participate. After that Lantern Parade will be the Lion Dancers again for their nighttime spectacular, and that will finish it at 9 o'clock. That's it for now, and I will let the Lion Dancers take the limelight from here on in. Thank you.
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye for now.